Parmy, is that the price we have to pay for innovation? When you speak to a lot of these, tech giants, they say, well, we're doing a lot of things internally that actually will make it safe and better. And then they'll say, you can't regulate it too soon because then we'll never see the full potential of this technology of AI. Like, who's the right body to regulate it? Who's thinking about this?
It has to be outside the company. Self-regulation does not work. It only works to an extent. Yeah. And it's certainly nice to see that companies do try to put in guardrails themselves, but ultimately, and as they should, they have a fiduciary duty to shareholders. And there, as yet, is no real regulatory framework for artificial intelligence apart from the European Union's AI Act, which hasn't been enacted yet. People are still unsure. Like, I've just been to Silicon Valley, and some of the startups and companies there are kind of complaining about the act because it's not specific enough, and they say, oh, it's just going to be a lot of bureaucratic nonsense. But, this is the kind of struggle that we're going through right now, and I think we do need to find that balance because exactly as you say, there's a price for all innovation. Yeah. And that's what happened with social media. Mark Zuckerberg wanted to connect the world, but we also got out of that, in many cases, a mental health crisis, particularly for teenagers.
November 5th, we have a big U.S. election. Would any new president actually regulate or even break up some of these big giants?
Well, we know that there's certainly efforts going on by the FTC and the DOJ, and there's this whole antitrust case against Google, which is really moving forward, and there's talk now about Google potentially being broken up. There's two different views of that in Silicon Valley. Some venture capitalists really like that idea because they feel their companies are enthralled to big tech and are locked into using them as cloud providers and, in all sorts of relationships to build their companies. Whereas others say, actually, we want these companies to stay big so that we can have an exit, so that we can sell our startups to these big companies. So there's a real divide in the tech industry about whether that's good or not. But I mean, broadly speaking, yes, I think these companies do have way too much power.